Hello, my name is Omar Rampersad. It's June 18, 2018 at 7:30 p.m. I'm going to talk about the harassment I'm experiencing at work. And I'm gathering from the harassment that there is a contract from the Toronto Police or the government, is a a contract from the government, whichever way it is. I'm not sure how it's structured. And somebody in my workplace have a contract to surveil me because I'm flagged, number one. And somebody in my family is involved in the contract to surveil. And they're involving a cop from the 42nd Division to come into my home and to check my home for drugs. So I heard this in the workplace. Obviously, I'm being terrorized, or else I would not be talking about it. I am being harassed in the workplace as a prostitute. I am being solicited. People are saying things like, you know, we will wait for you. I like you. We saw you're a frog. Your sister-in-law saw you masturbating. We saw the video, and Sarah Matt repussified it, and your sister-in-law recorded it, and we saw it, and things like of this nature. The solicitation is subtle. It's not somebody coming up to you and saying, "I want to have sex with you." I think you're a whore, but conversations in that's indirect conversations are on my desk and in other departments because it's an open concept office, so you can hear very clearly what they're saying because it's being said very loudly. So if any detective or any constable has come into my place to check it today, then there'd be a log, a call log. I understand that there is a file that the Toronto Police have about me saying that I'm mentally insane. And I really used to be a prostitute, and it's absoluted. So the Toronto Police and the community has a file that depicts me as a prostitute, and it could be taken as fact in a court. This is what I'm being harassed about in the workplace, and it will serve as a backup to have me mentally committed and to be criminalized, to be charged with whatever crime that the file has backed up. The content of the file could be used to to press a charge. Again, as I said before, this is all part of a conspiracy, and obviously nothing has been disclosed to me. There is a community file. The file has been uploaded into a government database. I'm not sure which level. I'm assuming it's federal because it's a criminal file. And none of this has been disclosed to me by any member of my family and or anybody in the workplace who's surveilling me on behalf of anybody, including my family members. Or the Toronto Police. So this has been going on for at least 10 years now. And you would think that in 10 years there'd be due process, but there is no due process. So I have logged my harassment in my Twitter account and my blogs, like I'm doing here right now on the YouTube channel. And this will serve, of course, as evidence that I am being harassed and terrorized and stressed out. And there's all kinds of health issues that's a fallout of this whole thing. I am under surveillance at work. I am being monitored. I am being harassed. And when I am harassed, I will flip to an Excel spreadsheet and I will write out what's being said around me. So this is one way of taking care of the stress that's caused by this harassment in the workplace. Now, I understand from all the harassing comments that there are police informants in my workplace, and they're calling the cops about me. And because I am writing out what's being said around me, things like you're a guinea pig, and we have a government contract on you, and the military is running experiments on you, and so on and so on and so on. Rohini Besasar's name is being mentioned. So I'm actually typing it out in an Excel spreadsheet very, very, very quickly. 30 seconds, flip back into my work. The comments themselves around me are very distracting. There is no mental illness. There is symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder caused by the harassment. I understand that I'm in some sort of experiment, and well, lots of experiments because um, I'm in the community targeting program. So this is used as a control mechanism to run experiments under, because an experimentee has to be controlled. So the community targeting program controls me from talking and pushing back. So all these experiments can take place under that umbrella. So first of all, for that to take place, these experiments, my voice has to be suppressed, and it has been suppressed by the Toronto police and by not giving due processing as a result of having this file about me, and coming to my home and telling me I'm mentally ill when I'm not, when I tell them that I'm being stalked as a result of being flagged, and they know it. So being targeted by the Toronto police, as I said before, being harassed by the Toronto police, coming into my home and telling me I'm mentally ill. And I'm suspecting that based on what the worker who works in the loading dock is saying, there's a detective Stip that comes into my home and checks it for him. So this is the cop that's working with the worker who has flagged me. I believe he signed a statement saying that he suspects that I'm a prostitute, which of course I'm not. And this is the same detective constable. I'm not sure if he's a detective now, but when I went to 42nd Division and I complained about gang stalking, he said, "Do you mean gang banging?" And I actually told this to my lawyer when I was charged for supposedly stalking two Muslim women with their faces covered who was harassing me as a prostitute because I was flagged as one, and also because I strongly suspect that they were working with police informants, Muslim police informants who had put their name on the account, and they were surveilling me on behalf of the Toronto police. So they charged me to cover me up, to cover up what was going on, and to shut me up basically, and to terrorize me, and to criminalize me. And of course, another part of that is being trafficked as a result of having several monitors who's looking at me share. Because according to what I'm hearing in the workplace, there's no room in prison or in the psychiatric wards are overcrowded. So the police is running this program as a substitute, instead of putting people in the prison or in a psychiatric ward, let the community take care of it. And then part of that is take away a privacy, and then the criminals will piggyback on that and then sell you remotely. So the Chinese traffickers are taking advantage of this and are selling me remotely to people like Muslim sex slave traders like Surman and Khalid, who I suspect is involved in sex slavery, Muslim sex slavery. So since this is going on and I'm constantly being flagged, there has to be a way of stopping it. Blogging about it obviously is not stopping it. I have never been diagnosed with a mental illness. I'm working as an accountant. So there is no mental illness. There is harassment in the workplace as a result of being illegally surveilled. There is no mental illness. Talk to you another time.